Well, we're out here in the Ceres Hill Vineyard today. As you can see, starting to see some leaves drop after a few frosty mornings. So it's at this time of year that we start to move out of the winery and then back out into the vineyard to set up the vines for the next year. So this vineyard was planted in 1998 to Barbera cuttings from the Montrose Vineyard in Mudgee. As you can see, underneath this lush green cover crop, we've got some beautiful rich red volcanic soil and a natural seed bank that comes out in winter and hopefully fixes some nitrogen and helps retain moisture and nutrition for the vines moving into the growing season. The age of these vines, we're sort of at a stage with them where we're starting to regenerate them a little bit. So over time, as you can see, the vine slowly expands and moves out, and so you've got wood of different ages. And what we're going to look at today is taking the wood back to a much lower point on the trunk of the vine, and to some fresher, stronger wood, so that it's more resistant against disease, the sap flows better, and we get a more even crop. So what we're looking at first and foremost is for the new positioning for the fruiting canes. And so I'll be looking for something with a nice reasonable diameter, healthy, strong looking wood, with good vigor, that in the previous year was probably quite fruitful. And if we use that as the spawning point, hopefully we've got some really great sap flow to help keep the vine productive for years ahead. So first of all, I'm looking for those spots. So tend to look on the underside. So as I said, we're trying to bring the vine back as much as possible. So once I've chosen those, what we call spur positions, they'll become the branching points for this vine moving forward. Next, we want to look for two nice healthy canes which will wrap down over the wire, and they'll produce the fruit for this year. So these spurs will be responsible for the fruiting canes for next year and successive years. But this year we're going to choose a couple from up here. So I'm just going to clear myself a little bit of space. What we don't want is things like this. It's really quite thin and anemic. We're wanting stuff with a little bit more strength and vigor. Over time, sometimes you get some wood that people don't prune back, and it sort of the vine gets a little bit gangly and sprawly, so it's nice to clean that up a little bit more. And so then we just want to sort of trim these up. Wrap them over, and happy days.